So let's talk about what's happening when your body starts falling apart the moment you find some peace.
Go watch that whole clip because that whole clip was amazing. Because I feel like that really spoke to me because I feel like my entire life did fall apart the moment that I got some peace. Because it was like, oh, we got married. I remember telling my friend, oh, I feel like everything's up from here. We're married. I just got this breast reduction, signed up for a 5K. I had some interesting research ideas. Everything felt good, and then life went to shit. And there are times when you have IH and you're kind of wondering why. Like, what did I do to deserve this? Sometimes I would even wonder, like, what was my karma in a past life? Like, what was I doing? Was I out here wilding in a past life? Like, what did I do? And it's not. It's because, as Dr. Martin says, if you are in chaotic situations, and it's not that I had stuff that was like very chaotic, I just had long periods of time where I was grieving. And then grief plus starting a PhD, moving, just I had a lot of shit going on. And that lot of shit going on meant that I did not listen to my body. I was not paying attention. As a power lifter, and as a runner, I used to often push past my limits, often for the sake of the game, sake of the sport, but often because, pride. You don't want to say you can't lift, you just want to do it because you want to hit a PR or something. So I trained myself to kind of ignore my intuition, ignore warnings. And now with this thing, you have to listen to your body. You have to pay attention. I am very in tune with my body and what's going on. And so getting sick in this manner, so in addition to idiopathic intracranial hypertension, I have a host of other autoimmune things. So it feels like everything fell apart at the same time, but realizing it's not that my body betrayed me. I am being forced to listen to my body to figure out what it needs, and I am being forced to be intentional about reclaiming rest. There was a time when I really and truly did not want to go on medical leave because I thought of what that would mean in terms of, projected timelines of my PhD, feeling, quote, behind, whatever the fuck that means. And a lot of that was ego. But now it's, I have to rest. I I can't push through this. I can't get work done because my brain literally does not work. There are days when I cannot remember words for common things, so I certainly am struggling to do academic reading. I was trying to pull up something in the literature because right now I'm working on my qualifying exam. And so I was trying to search for articles, right? And in doing this article search, I could not think for the terms that I was searching for. It was real easy words, y'all. It was like math and black girls, but I couldn't think of how to spell something. So if my brain is not working, like I need to rest. But it's not that my body and my brain have betrayed me. It's I need to pay attention to when I need rest. That was such a liberating message for me to hear from Dr. Martin, and really just to pay attention that, like, I need to take the time out to rest. I need to get my shit together. And it's not a sign of weakness. This is literal biology. I actually had one of the doctors, because right now I am on a immunosuppressant. And I asked him, what natural remedies could I take instead of said immunosuppressant, and what could I do? And his response was, you could change your DNA. That is the only thing that you could do to not end up in this situation. And that was a very powerful reframe because I was kind of blaming myself because I thought, if I just did everything, he was like, no, you're doing everything right and you've done everything right. There's literally nothing you could do. Like, if you changed your DNA, that is what would help this. My life, I felt like I had achieved quote, peace, everything was feeling good. Newlyweds feeling like I hit not like the jackpot, but I was like, okay, we're feeling good, feeling great, not in the most stressed. And then everything falls apart. And then you're wondering, why? What the fuck do we do? It's because my body said, okay, girl, we are finally at peace. So we are finally feeling good. Here's all of the pent up stuff from when you weren't feeling good and when you were kind of in fight or flight mode and when you couldn't pay attention. So now, pay attention. And these are things that my own therapist has said, but sometimes I don't be paying attention to her ass, not because I don't like to, but sometimes she reminds me too much of my mom and the way she says stuff. So sometimes I'm like, okay, girl, but pay attention to that whole message if you haven't. And now I'm just rambling.